Yo, welcome to the Village Hidden. Blah, blah, blah. We're gonna have to edit that out. Oh, or maybe not. Maybe we won't edit it out.
No.
Yo, welcome back to the Village Hidden within the streets. We are the Black Flames. My name is Bam.
And my name's Dr. Griffs. Welcome back, y'all. Alright, Bam.
Yes,
Quick
sir.
question. You listen to music, right? I see you got headphones on your head. Do you listen to music?
You know, from time to time, have some audio playing in here. You know what I mean?
Okay. What genre of music do you typically listen to?
I would say it's anime. Is anime music a genre? But no, I'm just kidding. I typically listen to like hip hop music, hip hop or trap. Hip hop or trap is like usually my go-to, or I'll like play like sometimes I'll go into some like J-rock, because of all the anime intros I'd be listening to. But those are typically my go-to.
I haven't gotten the J-rock bandwagon or that wave. I listen to some. If it's in a YouTube video and it's like an anime, probably a Naruto theme song in the background, I'm probably gonna listen to it.
Yeah, that's like if I hear it from an anime that like I'm like, yo, like I've been like bumping the rumbling. You know what I'm saying? I've been bumping the rumbling every time. Like every time I'm walking on the street, it's like rumbling is coming.
Hard.
Yeah.
But I like music. I kind of do the music thing, or starting to do the music thing. And I recently saw this documentary, Genius. Have you seen Genius? About
Yes.
Kanye West or Ye?
Yes, I have. I've watched the documentary. The 3 episodes, a little bit too long for my liking, but I've watched all 3.
Yeah. What do you like? Do you listen to Ye like typically?
I would say like, so to preface everybody, and Dr. Griffs kind of knows this about me, I'm not the biggest into pop culture and celebrity stuff. But what I will say is that I'm pretty trash when it comes to remembering the names of artists, right? But I will say that when I think about songs that like Kanye has like done, right, are typically songs that like I tend to listen to. Like I really enjoyed Jesus Walks, but not just it's a really good song. You don't have to be like a Christian to like appreciate that song. And I love Power. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of songs that Kanye has done that I realized that like before I even remembered his name, I was bumping these songs. So I've always appreciated the Yeezus, the Jesus, the genius energy that Kanye kind of promoted. I never really followed celebrities too much, so this documentary was kind of interesting to me to kind of see Kanye, because to me the reason why I don't really follow celebrity stuff too much is that it feels too disconnected from the actual person. It doesn't feel real. So like when I see like people do articles or interviews, it always felt like I was getting this super filtered version of who that person was, or a persona of who they play off to be. And what I enjoyed in this documentary is they kind of, they kind of go on that a little bit. They kind of go on how, I think especially in episode 3, and we'll get to that when we talk about it, is like the narrator mentions how he felt like Kanye kind of put on a different persona when a certain event happened in his life and he became famous.
I listened to Ye, but I wasn't really like, all right, this is what happened.
Okay.
Before college, I didn't really listen to rap like that. You know what I'm saying? 2013, 2014, my freshman year, I was like procrastinating when I was working on a project. And I was like, yo, I'm gonna be here all night. Might as well listen to some classic albums. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And that's when I listened to 2014 For a Soul Drive by J. Cole. I listened to a lot of the Kanye albums like Graduation, Late Registration, all that stuff. And every time I DJ, I always play Ultralight Beam at the start of the events I DJ. Or probably like most of the times I DJ since Ultralight Beam came out. It's like it's one of Ye's songs. It's like the way I kind of start the event.
Gotcha. It's like a ritual for you. That's like how you get.
Yeah, it's not like a ritual. I played that song, then I played All Right by Kendrick Lamar.
Gotcha.
Like, we gonna be alright. You know what I'm saying?
We're
gonna overcome whatever obstacles this DJing event has. And we gonna be alright. So that's like my ritual. But like typically, when I have like Google Homes in my apartment, and I'd be like, play Touch the Sky, play All Falls Down, Heard 'Em Say,
Touch the
classic
Sky,
Ye
man.
song.
Yeah.
Just typically bumping in my house. So when I saw this documentary, and I think it was like episode 1, when Ye went to try to show off his CD.
Oh yeah, yeah, and like you can kind of see like, because you would like to see like feedback in terms of their reaction, like some head bumping or be like, hey, like this is lit. There's like no feedback. It's probably because because like the nature of their work, they probably have people coming in like all the time, dropping their music, and they're like, even though maybe they know Kanye, they might not be like, all right, this is like the 55th track I've listened to just today. Be like, I may know you, but it's like I know these other people too. Like I have cousins, I have brothers coming through.
That's a very mature point. But it was just crazy seeing All Falls Down, one of my favorite songs to just listen to and play. Like I actively use that song throughout a lot of my events. To see someone just be like,
but you know what? Like when I was watching that scene, it made me think about the nature of hype. Because I feel like as we are in this like influencer kind of culture we live in right now, is like I think about what gets people interested in a video, and I think there's people that genuinely, when they hear something or watch something, they're like, oh my gosh, this is it. Like for example, like Squid Games. You remember Squid Games, right? Squid Games to me was a show that I would have watched anyway without the hype. But I guarantee you, most of the people that watch Squid Games only watched it because of the hype. So I think a lot of people get into music because, yo, did you hear this? This is heat. Be like, nah, it's probably not heat. Be like, yo, everybody on the block is saying it's heat. So you're like, damn, I don't want to be left out. Let me listen to this. And you listen to it, be like, okay, I can see why other people say it's heat. So I could tell them that it's heat too. Yeah,
I DJ'd some silent discos.
Okay.
A silent disco, there might be like 3 different channels of music, right?
Right. It's like the one where they have the headphones on and stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The event I was DJing at, it's in a dark room, and the headphones could be like red, blue, or green. Right? Okay. So it's a dark room, so you can tell exactly what channel someone's listening to, what they're watching, or and everything. So you could play a song, and then you can see like people saying like, "Oh wait, I want to sing along with that person." So they switch to the thing. So it's kind of exactly like that. So
wow, okay.
You see live, there's people being like, "Wait, either I like that song, or I just see the whole mob this one color, so I want to be that color too."
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
that's interesting.
I haven't done too many silent discos, but that was like an interesting thing to see. I was like, okay, so I just need to play songs for the herd, songs that people sing to, songs that
Yeah, side note, how do you track that? Because like, don't you have like your headphones on listening to, I don't know the mechanics, the behind the scenes of DJing, but don't you have your headphones on? So how are you keeping track of 3 different tracks playing?
So what happens is there was like a Spotify playlist going on. That was one of the channels.
Okay.
There was like a different DJ, and then there was me.
Oh, okay. So there's 3 DJs.
Yeah,
so it's like
sources of music.
3 sources of music. Oh, that sounds like some competitive like Yu-Gi-Oh! Like let's see who can capture the most people.
Yeah, it kind of was like. So I'm like, okay. At some point, you gotta be like, yo, do I want the crowd, or do I want a certain demographic in the crowd? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Do you want all of our bloodline to be like, yo, Dr. Griffs, you were the one I was listening to, or do you want just like the majority of people being like, yo?
Yeah. So balancing that is a little juggling act, but that is your statement is reminding me of that. But genius. Seeing that scene with him talking to that lady, she just kind of like, all throughout the whole record. Cool, you know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, yay, that's cool, or Kanye, that's cool, but where the beats at? I want some beats. Yeah. You're a good rapper. You're a good rapper for someone who makes beats. He's like, yo, come on, man.
Yeah, what is that supposed to mean? What are you talking? Like, to me, it felt like their logic for it was so dumb to me, because I'm like, wouldn't the guy that can produce the music know what words and terms match better with it. So that would give him an advantage, and I guess in his career it ultimately did give him an advantage, right? Because to me it's like, if you're a rapper that can't make beats, right, you are kind of handicapped by the fact, like if you're trying to compete with Kanye, it's like, you know that his beats are going to match up perfectly with his words. Well, you kind of have to adjust yourself to whatever beat you can get. You know what I mean?
You gotta wait for a person to send you a beat. You gotta find a beat. Whereas Ye could just have an idea and just make a beat.
Yeah, and here's the thing about it is like, what I liked about this is really like shout out to the cameraman that spent 20 years following Kanye. You know, following 20 years holding out the footage and following Kanye is like, that's real big amount of dedication. I don't think I would ever be able to just dedicate my life to following one person. But what I liked about it is really seeing the humanity in Kanye, really seeing like, this guy is just an actual person. And to me, like, I've always had a suspicion that there's no such thing as really being a genius. I think it's just about the amount of time and energy you're willing to dedicate towards mastering something. And you could tell that Kanye dedicated pretty much his whole life to just mastering music. You know, I don't know if you could ever master music really, but it's like he definitely clocked in the time. He definitely clocked in the hours to like being good at music.
I mean, yeah. It's just, I don't know. Something about that documentary really stood out to me. Like, first off, he's seeing Ye when he's probably in his 20s.
Yeah,
right?
21,
18,
something like that.
20, around our age, maybe plus or minus a couple years. And he was a nobody. Like, he had enough to get by. You know, he probably similar to us. We got enough to get by. But like, he just had a vision. He had some support in his corner. I don't know how Cootie, the guy who recorded him, I don't know how he was surviving. Wow, because like all he did was like record Kanye. So I don't know how.
Yeah, like, was Kanye paying him? Was he paying him? Like, I don't think. Like, probably.
He probably was paying him, but like, they were in New York City. I don't think he had money to like fund a whole grown man and himself like that at that time.
Yeah,
I don't think so. But shout out to Cootie. Shout out to his mom.
Donda.
Did you see his interaction with his mom?
Bro, I was like, because yesterday I was hanging out with one of my friends, and we went to go see Batman, right? But like, we both watched a documentary and we were kind of talking about it before we went to go see the movie, and I was just like, yo, bro, is there any human being more supportive than her? At least in the documentary, she was giving off like that abundance of self-esteem and encouraging energy that is just like, that's just like, and it didn't feel too much. That's the crazy thing about it. It didn't feel like she was overdoing it. It felt like she was giving Kanye exactly what he needed and more, but didn't do the most. You know what I mean? Didn't make him feel like he was doing the impossible or crazy, right? But he just made him feel like, yo, he's the one. He literally she's the oracle. She's the oracle, and Kanye was Neo. That's basically
Sure, he was rapping his lyrics back to him. He was like, yeah, we do that song. It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful watching his interaction with his mom. And it was sad because I knew his mom was going to die at some point in the documentary. So I was just like, it's weird seeing the past.
And at a young age too, you know, like 58 is like,
yeah. So I don't know. That was just a beautiful documentary. I liked seeing Ye go from a nobody, busting his behind. Yo, funny thing.
Yeah.
So this isn't funny. But Ye in the first whole like episode, he's getting his braces done, he's getting his teeth done, he's trying to get his smile right. He's wearing braces for a long time. Maybe you had braces, I don't know. maybe you feeling late.
Yeah.
He finally gets his braces done, then gets to a car accident and messes up his jaw.
That's crazy, man.
What is the like? Why? I was confused. Why did the universe do that? I don't know, man.
But I feel like it also says like, you know what I kind of liked about it too. It also shows that even when you make it, you still have to like make it. You know, it's like even when you like, I think we all kind of have like goals and aspirations. You know, maybe it's not as like big as Kanye, but we all have things we want to achieve, right? But to achieve those, once you achieve those things, you still have to put in work to keep that thing. You know, you can't let it go. So it's like, even though like you make it, you know, life might still come around and be like, Jaeger, and then you just have to deal with that. And shout out, I don't know, man. Like I always have this thing of being like, I understand that sometimes greatness involves you having to put your health, potential short-term health on hold to achieve greatness, right? You know, anybody that's been a college student and is like finals week, you already know what that's like. But shout out to Kanye for like being like, you know what, my greatness, my music comes first, and doing that. So like I was really inspired, especially from episode 1 to episode 2 in this documentary of like this Kanye's journey, how he just like believed himself. But like, you know, we gotta really give major shout out to like Donda, his mom, because to me, like the amount of just positive energy just pouring from that lady into Kanye is like, no wonder he believed in himself so intensely, you know? Like no wonder he kept on trying and trying and trying, because it's almost like he's trying to prove his mom right. You know, it's like yeah, like, yo, my mom can't be wrong, I'm the one. And it might not be today that I proved I'm the one, but my mom's right, I'm gonna show that she's right, you know? And you could kind of, to me, and let me know what you think about this, from like episode 2 to episode 3, where the transition point is Donda's passing, there is a very, it seemed, at least the documentary seems to give off the impression that was the turning point in, you know, maybe the little bit of the downfall of like Kanye, or at least in terms of like how the general public views Kanye. You know what I mean? So what do you think about that personally?
Yo, when I was watching, because like I know his mom died, so it felt like I was watching a villain origin story. Like seeing, I don't know how to put it. Like I saw all the love. I never seen like how supportive his mom was to him. Yeah. Until I've watched the documentary.
Ridiculous, you know, bro. Like ridiculous.
Yeah, everyone has parents, and you know, a lot of people have parents. And so we all kind of have a vision of what supportive parenting looks like or should look like. But just seeing that for someone else and how extreme she supported him, it was like, yo, that's really. I'm not saying that my mom doesn't do that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I don't even want to say it's extreme. Like I want to say it's like it's
perfect. I don't
like Goldilocks zone. Like Goldilocks zone. Like it just felt like something in terms of like how she just thought about what Kanye needed. Like, like she never did any negative reinforcement. She never like regulated him in terms of pulling him back. But it felt like she just gave him just enough positive enforcement that just felt like he's good. Like to me, it felt like she just knew how to give that energy to Kanye and be like, go forth. Go forth. She like saw the necklace and everything, being like, you know, I don't really think you should buy. I think you should buy a house before you buy a necklace. But this Kanye, this necklace, like just pumping him up in that way, being like, hey, you should have bought a house. But this necklace right here, Kanye,
it's a nice necklace though. That's a good point. I think what's interesting about the dynamic is like, it seems like it was just them. Like his father was in Atlanta for the most part. Yeah. Him and her was in Chicago. They went to China at some point. So their relationship is like that. It didn't seem like he had siblings. Or at least the documentary never showcased a sibling.
Yeah.
He just had his mom.
Yeah. And you can kind of see the difference, like how Donda gave support to Kanye versus how Kanye's dad gave support to Kanye. Remember in episode 3 when he was on the phone with his dad? Like, the things he was telling his dad, I could see a totally different reaction from Donda. Like Donda would be giving him the heat. I also feel like a lot of the decisions that Kanye has made in episode 3 or in the like post Donda, if Donda was there, he wouldn't have made those decisions.
I agree.
You know, like he would have been like, because I feel like he was trying, like I want you guys to, if you guys haven't seen a documentary, I want you guys to picture Donda. Like, I don't know, I just love her right now, man. But like Donda, she's just a perfect regulator of positive energy. Like, imagine having someone in your life that perfectly knows how to pump you up. Like, it's like, imagine you're playing like imagine you're playing like an MMORPG, you're a warrior class, and then you have a level 100 healer that just knows how to give you the right buffs at the right time, just make sure you don't die. You just like, yo, bro, I must be the greatest at this game. Like, you feel like you're the best at this game, and then you lose your healer, and you're like, oh shit, this is shit. I'm actually trash at this game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, Kanye was like a level 75 warrior with really good skills and stats, but Donda was like an OP like healer priest that just knew how to buff him up and everything in the right way and directed him and stuff, you know? So seeing him almost try to get that from his dad, you know, and Kanye doesn't really ask for that, you know? I mean, he doesn't, like, Kanye's personality is very like, at least how it's shown in the documentary, is very like, let me just tell you what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't really ask too much. He tells you what he's doing, he provides you with resources and information about what he's doing, but he doesn't like really ask for that feedback and that encouragement.
Yeah.
His mom
like,
just gave him that.
I think like episode 3, he was like, hey dad, remember the bowls I was telling you about? And dad was kind of like,
oh, what you talking about? Donda would have knew that shit. He would have been like, oh wait. She would have been like, oh, the bowls. Oh, you mean that one time when you knocked over my thing and like we made a mess in the kitchen? Yeah. Oh man, I remember when we turned that mess into like a rap song? Be like, yeah. Oh man, that was a good time. Had to sweep up the floor and then you trying to make a beat with it. That's what Donda would have done, bro.
Yeah. But the dad sounded like he was just like, yeah, I don't know why you mentioned these bowls.
Yeah, and it's not to put down the dad. You know,
just a difference in do I say appreciation of what he's saying or excitement for what he's saying? I don't know.
Yeah, like I feel like his dad was more focused on how the media and the world was viewing him at that time, while Donda will be more concerned about what's going on in Kanye's mind. Like, the world was saying like, yo, Kanye is crazy, he's bipolar, he shouldn't be running for president. You know, like, if Donda was there, guaranteed Kanye would not have been running for president. I guarantee you.
I know he wouldn't have ran with that platform, but he probably a speech, you know, something. But I see Donda supporting that if done correctly. Maybe he would have leaned a little bit into a different direction. Yes, I do. Yeah.
Okay, got you. Yeah,
might have won. He might have won.
Honestly, damn. Yeah, Donda was the thing for that documentary to me. Like, Donda as just a person, like, learning about her, it made so much sense about the confidence and the assurance that he had. But when we post Donda, we see him almost trying to recreate the positive reinforcement that Donda produced from in himself. But I think he just didn't know how to regulate it properly. Like, Donda would be like, yo, Kanye, I want you to know that within you, you have the power to do anything that's possible because God is with you. Kanye by himself is like, I am God. You know, it's like the regulation. Like, it's not regulated properly when Kanye's doing it by himself. Yeah.
He said, when a giant looks into the mirror, he sees nothing. That took me a minute to catch that, but I said, wait a minute.
I still don't understand that. I still confused, bro.
I think what she is saying is when a giant, like a huge person, looks into the mirror, they just see themselves.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? They don't notice that they're a huge person. They just see whatever's in front of them, which
Yeah.
is themselves. But the outsider looking at that, they see a giant. So
it's kind of like, so if you looked in a mirror and saw yourself, if you're a giant and you looked at yourself in a mirror and you saw yourself as a giant, that would be bad.
No. I think she also is saying, "Oh crap, okay." I think epiphany.
Okay, hit me.
I think she is saying she sees her son as a giant.
Okay.
Like, he's going to do incredible things. He's doing great things. But when he looks into a mirror, he only sees, like, himself. Kanye, just a regular guy. But she already sees him as a giant. Going to do great things. But he can never really acknowledge where he is in his life. Because whenever he looks at a mirror, he just sees himself. Maybe that's what she's saying. That's how I interpret it.
I feel like it's a good interpretation. Like, I was thinking if you see yourself, it's important. If you're a giant, it's important not to see yourself as a giant, because maybe you'll be overconsumed by your ego and you won't. Maybe it's to other people to define you as a giant. But like, if you see yourself as a giant, would you still make effort to be a giant? I don't know. Maybe I may be interpreting it wrong, but that was just what I'm kind of thinking.
Maybe it's a triple entendre. I don't know. Maybe that's where he got his bars from. He listened to his mom talk. He's like,
my mom be saying some shit. Anything else about that documentary about Kanye and stuff that like stuck out to you?
No, I just think it was a cool documentary. I think we are creatives. We have like goals for our, our personal stuff, our joint stuff, and just seeing where Ye was, and how much he had to overcome, and what support was able to do for him.
Yes.
It is a beautiful thing to watch. It was kind of inspirational for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm a fan of his music, so seeing him before he was him, it was like, oh wow.
Yeah. It's just, going back to episode 1, I think episode 1 was the most inspirational, because it's just like, that's where most people are at. Most people are on that grind, and like, just seeing him go in with the mixtape, and like people just being like, literally listen to something that millions of people freaking enjoy, and just being like, that's cool, Kanye. That's cool.
Yep.
But
I'm gonna be on my lunch break. I might be on my lunch break. I mean, this is cool. You leave on the desk, I guess.
Yeah, but it's really interesting, like how much of what we're interested in is influenced by just the herd, the hype, and it's like a big portion of like, how do you convince the most people that this is heat? To become really big and stuff. And I don't know in terms of like my approach to YouTube is like, I want to get like, for my own personal channel, and like even for this podcast, is like having people that genuinely like find value and fulfillment and happiness and laughter from like listening to our conversations and like watching the content we make, and just building those people. Because I feel like it's tough to try to like, and you kind of see with Kanye, it's tough to try to appeal to everybody. Like even when he did the Jesus Walks video, where he was like, I want to get a mixed guy. I want to get a mixed guy to play Jesus, so that way no one's arguing about if he's black or white. It's like the mentality of like, I want to appeal to as much people as possible is it's almost an impossible task to kind of put yourself in as a human being,
To that point, it was also cool seeing him just stick to his path. He was like, I'm not a drug dealing, gang banging, pimping guy. You know what I'm saying? My mom went to college. I almost went to college. Like, I'm educated. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And y'all don't appreciate this, but people will appreciate this. There's more people like me than what y'all portray to do in your rap songs. You know what I'm saying?
True.
You got a lot of heat for that. They're like, yo, what are you doing wearing a backpack? You're wearing a pink polo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, who is this guy? Then you actually hear him rap. They're like, you're good for a beat maker. But yo, that I felt that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Someone else said you're good for, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, you play chess good for a black kid. Like, excuse me?
Excuse me? Yeah, that good for part is like, what you mean by that, bro? What you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like how Ye was standing up for himself. He was like, nah, don't say that.
Yeah.
Documentary, man. I don't know. It's good seeing where Ye was at, where he is now, what he overcame. And I just appreciate Ye for him constantly being himself. Constantly and consistently being himself. For better or worse.
For better or worse.
But you know what he's thinking. For better or worse. I don't know.
Yeah. Shout out to Cookie. Kui.
Toodie. Cootie.
Cootie. Shout out to Kui for, you know, taking out his camera and recording for like
3 decades.
Yeah. Shout out to him. Really appreciate getting the insight into Kanye, because I will be honest, like, I enjoyed his music, but him as like an individual, especially in most recent times, kind of, I wrote him off, you know, being like, yo, Kanye's kind of wilding with the certain ways he's moving and what he's trying to do, but this helped remind me that, yo, Kanye is a human being. He's a person that struggled through stuff. He's a person that grinded for his dreams, just like every one of us. And I guess I'll kind of conclude with this and kind of like maybe have a thing with you about it. Like, we also saw Bruno Mars for a quick second in the documentary. Like, he was playing on his piano. And seeing him, you know, like, his hair not cut completely, like, is growing out a bit, like, him looking more regular. I don't know. I just appreciate seeing celebrities looking regular, because they are regular. And like the media and like their marketing teams try to make them seem like they're not regular, I guess, to make them more marketable or make them have more excitement about them. But yo, show us more being regular, man. Like, relate. Like, at least that'll work for me. Like, when I saw the video of Cardi, like, you know, sweeping the floor in her mansion, I was like, yo, I like you a little bit more, Cardi. Okay. Don't cook, don't clean. Liar. I see you clean.
Offset shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have done that.
Offset said, look, I don't cook, I don't clean.
Nah, I hear that. I think that's a good way to end it. Y'all, what do y'all think about the documentary? Is there anything else y'all want to check out? I'm a fan of music. I'm a fan of Ye's music. And so when I saw this, I was like, I gotta check it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I appreciated it. I probably would have never looked on it by myself if it wasn't for like Dr. Griffs being like, yo, you should check it out. But yeah, I really like the insights we kind of got into who Kanye was and his influences in his life. Very informative. Like, you know, if he comes out with the next album, I'll listen to it. You listen to
Donda?
I listened to some songs in Donda.
Okay, it's a good album.
Yeah, I think it's produced pretty well. I think they were trying to compare it at the time to Drake's album that came out.
Drake.
I forgot the name of it.
Certified Lover Boys.
Yeah, I perfectly enjoyed Donda more than that, but that's just me. I think it's.
That's why we work together. That's why we work together.
I think it's just a mindset. I think it's like where you're at in life. Like, you know, are you on that wave or are you trying to be a certified lover boy? I don't know, you know. But guys, we appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video. You know, hit us with a like if you enjoyed the conversation. Comment down below what you guys thought about the documentary. Are you guys big Kanye fans? Have you guys written him off in terms of, you know, what he had going on in most recent years? Just let us know what you guys think in the conversation down below, and let us know what other topics or other people or other concepts you guys would like us to talk about and engage in, and we're more than happy to like entertain those ideas and conversations. So, Dr. Griffs, do you have anything else you want to say?
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna work on a beat. I think I have a vision for a good beat for this song. So for this video. So
Yeah.
all right.
Oh yeah. Shout out, like, all, if you guys don't know, all the music that you guys hear in the background in all of our videos is produced by Dr. Griffs. You know what I'm saying? So if you enjoy it, if you enjoy the music, I'm pretty sure you'll have all your music kind of like on your channel.
Naturally. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You'll find some music on the channel, guys. You'll find some music. All right, guys, we appreciate you. And of course, if you want to see more, subscribe to our channel. If you want to see more of us in our individual stuff that we do on our own channels, link to those are in the description. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Yeah.